Hello guys, this is Shorty and welcome to a new FIFA 14 Ultimate Team video. As you can see, we are still currently not released on FIFA 14 yet. We are currently still on the web app, but this is a special video. This is the first ever FIFA 14 Team of the Week one that has now just been announced. So at striker we have the Brazilian striker Joe, who many will know from the latest Brazil games or the Confederations Cup when he came on and he did score, but he obviously has been playing well in real life. From my scored, I'm not sure, but he is in form with 75 pace, 82 shooting, 66 pass, 76 dribble, 47 defending and 83 heading. And he might be a good one to invest in because he probably won't get another inform throughout the year. Players who are unlikely to get another inform are very good to invest in. Same with this player here. He's a silver 74, and the reason he will be so good to invest in are a few reasons. He's got 83 shooting at a silver as a striker, which is so good, and even if he did get a second inform, it would not lower the first inform's price at all, because the second inform would, well, probably most likely be a gold. It's very unlikely if he gets second inform he would stay at a second 74 rated inform silver. So he will be a brilliant player to invest in when he is released later tonight. Now, the other striker is a Greece Olympiakos striker. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because yes, I have no idea. He's left-footed, he has 63 pace, 81 shooting and 80 heading are his main stats, which are decent. Taking this game isn't all about pace, and you can use slower players like that, and we don't know how good informs or overpowered informs going to be. The left and right midfielders are very good. This is going to be one of the best informs. He will be an absolute fortune when this game is released, especially look at them stats. Marco Reus at left mid with 92 pace and 88 shooting with 87 dribbling and 82 passing. He is going to cost so much. I cannot say this enough. If you see him cheap when this is released, pick him up if you have enough coins. He will be a fortune and you will make a killing if you can pick him up. Now on the right midfield we do have Patrick Aubameyang, who did transfer to Borussia Dortmund, and he's been playing very well. He got a inform on FIFA 13 Ultimate Team on his first week for Dortmund when he got a hat-trick in his first game. He's been at it again. I don't know if he's got a hat-trick, but he's obviously played very well. He's got 95 pace and 81 shooting. That is at right midfield inform. I don't know how much that's going to be. He could be quite a cheap player because his normal card is a striker with 95 pace. So he may be expensive. It's hard to tell right now with the current market. Now, here's a player that could be worth quite a lot just because of Arsenal fans who want an Arsenal team. Aaron Ramsey. He's been playing very well in the Barclays Premier League since it kicked off again. But because of injury, he hasn't been playing well last season. He didn't play much. And I don't know if he's likely to get a second inform. He may not get a second inform because he's not one for informs lately. So he could be another player that's quite good to invest in. But the way he's playing at the moment, he could get a second inform, but it's unlikely they'd give it to him anyway, even if he did put in a great performance again this week. They don't usually do 2 informs in 2 weeks for the same player. But his main stats are 81 pace and 75 shooting, 79 dribbling, 68 pace. I'd say his 67 defending at CDM. I'd rather play him at centre mid and push him forward a bit more than CDM because he hasn't got great defensive stats. So he'd probably be a good centre mid or quite a good cam for starting off. Now, onto the second centre midfielder. It's Mutaidi. I definitely didn't say that right, so I'm sorry about that. But he would be a great CDM, and he will be a great player to invest in as well. Most of these will be good to invest in, but he has 79 pace, 84 defending, 78 heading, 76 dribbling, 79 passing, and he does have 67 shot. Like I said, he would be a great CDM. He wouldn't be such a great cam. You can still play him there, he just doesn't have the shooting ability that I'd like in a cam. But he is a great player for PSG. He would be a great addition to a French league squad if you're doing one. Now, on to the centre-backs. First, he plays, I think, for Toulouse in the French league. I'm not going to say his name again. I'm sorry if I don't say many names. I cannot pronounce them that well, some of these players. He does only have 69 pace, but like I said, pace isn't as important this year. It's all about strength. Not all about pace is important, but strength in defenders is vital now. He does have 85 defending, which means his in-game stats could be very nice. I'll try and find out all of them in-game stats for you pretty soon. if I can. He does also have 79 heading, but he is quite tall at 187 centimeters, so it could just be his jumping that's low and his heading accuracy, like a lot of defenders, is quite high. He also has 71 passing, which if you're a passing side like I am, who like to pass it around the back, he'd be a good addition to your French League squad as well, Mouteidi. Now on to Garay, I think it is, or Garay. I'm sorry, I definitely said that one wrong as well, didn't I? He's 192 centimeters tall, which I'm not sure how tall that is. I think it might be 6'4 or 6'5, which would explain why he's only 54 pace. Has got 84 heading, which means his jumping would probably be good, and his heading accuracy would be brilliant probably, and especially at that height to have good jumping as well. He'd be an absolute monster in the air, and he also has 86 defending, which means he will be a monster in game if pace really isn't an issue this year. He could be a very, very good player. He plays for Benfica, and again, he has 73 passing, so if you like to pass it around the back, he would be a good addition to your defence if you don't mind the lack of pace. Now, Campagnaro, no, I've just said that wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to say it again. I'm going to say it. I've just missaid it. But he is 70 pace. He's 87 defending and 82 heading. I had an inform, I'm pretty sure he had last year, and I had him, or it might have been his team this season. He was very, very good. He's a brilliant defender. He has pace. He had strength. And he was a brilliant defender, and he's also great in the air. I'm pretty sure he'd be the same this year. He's Inter Milan, centre-back, 83 overall, and I'll definitely pick him up again if you see him go cheap. Now, in goal, we have a German keeper for, I'm pretty sure that's Stuttgart, and he's 85 diving, 85 reflex, 80 handling, 44 speed, 79 position, and 74 kicking. He's not the greatest goalkeeping stats, but the diving and reflex plus the height of the keeper are all the main attributes, and I think he'd be a very, very good keeper to pick up, because I don't think he'll be an absolute fortune. Now, I do support Southampton, so I know why Jussi Laskalainen is in form this week. Southampton played West Ham on Sunday in the Barclays Premiership on live TV, and he was an absolute demon. The game drew 0-0, and it was all down to this goalkeeper. Southampton had chance after chance to win the game, but he kept us out so many times. He is deserving this in form, and he is a great silver goalkeeper. He'll probably be the best silver goalkeeper in the Premier League. So if you see him cheap, pick him up, because a lot of people will Premier League silver squads now that the single games are back and you can do matchmaking and play other silver teams. He will be the most wanted keeper at the moment, as he is the only informed silver goalkeeper in the Premier League. So if you see him cheap, pick him up, because you could make a killing on this guy if you can get him cheap, because a lot of people will be after him on the day of release on the disc. Now, on to the next sub. I'm having a bit of a problem because my web app does mess up. We have this guy. He's a bronze centre-back, so we already have a bronze in form. I'm not sure who he plays for, but he has 55 pace, 44 shot, 51 pass, 47 dribbling, 67 defending, and 75 heading. I know you're probably thinking they're terrible stats, but he is only a bronze, and to have 75 heading at a bronze is pretty decent. He's around 6 foot tall. He doesn't have much pace, but he does have 67 defending, which is very good for a bronze in my opinion. And I think despite the lack of pace, his in-game stats, when I find out, they could make up for it. I'll do another video on that. He could be worth picking up just because he's a bronze in form. I wouldn't suggest spending your money on him though if you could go out and get one of these other guys. Now, this one looks like quite a good sort of buy if you can find him cheap again. Bryson plays for Derby County in the Championship. He's Scottish, and he has 74 pace, 70 shots, 69 passing, 70 dribbling, 68 defending, and 64 heading. They are very, very well all-rounded stats for a centre midfielder, which is why I think he will cost quite a lot when he comes out. And as soon as this game hits disc release, I can see him being quite a lot for the first couple of weeks until there are some more informed centre mids from the Championship, because I always build a Championship silver squad, and he will probably be one of the most wanted centre mids if they have the money to spend. Now, on to the next is a left mid, Sigurdsson. He plays with Spurs, and he did get 2 goals at the weekend, so this is why he's in form. And he has 69 pace, 72 dribbling, 84 shooting, 77 passing, 66 heading, 54 pace, and 72 dribbling. He's a very good player in real life. I'm not sure how good he'll be on FIFA. I'm not sure if he's worth investing in, because I'm not sure how much he'll be, and he could well get a second in form this season. Now, on to the next player. He is Spanish. I have no idea who plays for. Sorry about that, but he does have 74 pace, 77 dribbling, 65 shot, 40 defending, 50 heading, and 79 passing. And again, I don't know who many of these play for, which is why in the description they will have all the players' names and the teams they play for, so you do know who they play for. So don't worry about that. Now, one is Voronin. He plays in the Russian league for, I'm pretty sure this is Dynamo Kiev, and he has 68 pace, 82 shooting, 80 passing, 78 dribbling, 50 fending, and 71 heading. He's an okay striker to use if you don't mind the lack of pace. He has a good shot on him, so he could be good for the Russian league, but the Russian league, as you'll probably all know, is usually all about pace. So he's not the best in form of the week. Now, on to the final informer this week. He's a silver striker from the Belgium League, Genk, and he is also Belgium. And he has 75 pace, 75 shots, 72 passing, 77 dribbling, 53 defending, and 78 heading. I could quite imagine if I had a full silver team, and that was Belgium, I'd quite happily play him in a centre forward position, just because he has an okay pass for a silver and a very good passing for a striker overall. So he could be a very, very good player to play centre forward in a team if you had it. He probably won't be the most expensive, so I wouldn't invest in him just because of the league he's in and the nationality. There aren't many choices for silver Belgiums, really. Most of the Belgium sides are going to include the Fellainis and the Mertens and Moraleses, who are all goals, and the Hazards. So he's probably not going to be the best to invest in. So the ones I'd invest in this week, if you have a lot of money, because they're not going to be cheap, but they won't be nowhere near as much as they will be, is Marco Reus and Patrick Aubameyang. They are the two players you should definitely pick up if you can afford them and you see them going cheap, because as soon as this game hits disc release, Aubameyang will probably go up a little bit. He won't skyrocket, but I can see Marco Reus skyrocketing, and as soon as he does skyrocket, if you do have him, sell him, because Marco Reus, as we all know from last year, got Team of the Season, and he's playing very, very well in real life. He's a world-class player. He will definitely probably get a second in form this season, so I wouldn't risk hanging on to him for too long unless you sell him just before the second in form does get released, if you know it's coming. So if you do have to pick any of them up, make sure you do. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Guys, this has been Shorty. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.